Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Eddie Jennings from EJSLLC.com. This video is going to be another in my RHCE practice session series where I am preparing for the Red Hat Certified Engineer exam. Before I dive in, I want to thank returning subscribers for watching another video, as well as invite everyone, if you have not subscribed yet, to click that subscribe button and ring the bell when you do so you can be notified of when new content comes available. Also, if you enjoy the content of the video, make sure that you click like and feel free to share it with others. And don't forget to leave comments. You can ask questions, leave praise or criticism. I'll respond as I have both time and ability to do so. So in this video, we're going to work with a couple of objectives within the script administration tasks objective group. And we have create simple shell scripts as well as create simple shell scripts that run ad hoc Ansible commands. So I've already logged into my control node and I've SU'd into the Ansible user. And so we'll cover just making basic shell scripts first, and then we'll look at adding some Ansible ad hoc commands in with that. So here in my home folder, I have my inventory and stuff. Let's just make a couple little sample scripts here. So we'll just call this test script .sh. You don't have to put the .sh, but it's kind of makes it more human readable. Big thing with all shell scripts, you need to have your shebang and bin bash. This is what's going to let bash know that, hey, you should use bash for the interpretation of this script. So let's see, what should we do? First, let's make a variable. So we're going to call this foo, and we're going to set foo to a string, and we're going to say this is the foo string. Now you can do some I think it's technically called command substitution. So let's do foo2, and in this we're actually going to set this to a value that some command gives us. So we're going to do the date command, and I think, oh, what is it for date? I can never remember this. No, %f is what I want. Is it -f for format? Grumble. Mandate. Like the second I see it, I'll recognize it. Plus. It's the plus sign for format. All right. So vi test script. Go back to our line here, and we're going to do date plus %f. And so the value of date is going to, or the value that is returned by this command, which I say value, that's kind of a PowerShell thing. The standard output that's returned by this command, I wonder if it'll do standard error too. Well, let's make a foo3. And foo3 will be dtae plus %f. And we'll see if that will store a standard error. And let's see, we'll do foo4. And foo4, let's see. You can do math with this. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head the exact way that we'd want to do that. I think it's with parentheses, but we'll experiment with that in just a moment. All right, so now we're going to do some echo statements, and we're going to echo the value of foo, followed by echoing the value of foo2, and echo the value of foo3. The key thing with scripts is that they have to be set to execute. So I'm just going to give, actually this will be giving everyone execute permissions, but change mode plus X test script, and let's run the test script. Notice how, since this isn't a part of our path, we have to do our / and then the name of the script. Okay, so we have, all right, so this is what it did. It realized that dtae command not found, that was just, this comes out with standard error, and then as the standard output we get, this is the foo string, we expect that, we get the date, and then we get nothing because there would be nothing actually stored in that variable since it gave us our little error at the beginning. All right, that's kind of nifty to see. I want to look up manexpr, because that's, the expr is what we do for if statements, and that's basically the use of the parentheses for that. But there was one for actually doing math. Oh, what is it? It was not, is it eval? Man eval? Maybe that was it. Yeah, I think so. All right. Let's see. Eval args. Was it eval? Oh, this is bothering me. Well, let's just try it. Eval. And what was it? Did it use parentheses? Well, let's see what happens. 1 plus 1 or 1 plus 2. Nope, maybe it had to have the single quotes. Nope. All right, so that's something I'm going to need to go over before I do the RHCE, because I know there's a way of doing basic math in Bash, and honestly it's something that I haven't done in so long, as far as having to do not having to do, but just doing some Bash scripts in my lab. I have forgotten how to do the simple math in Bash. So partial fail for this objective. I need to review that. The eval, that's going to come with if statements. So speaking of which, let's go back into our test script. We're going to get rid of our foo3 and echo foo2, and let us make another variable, and we'll call this one, I'm going to put this back at the top, we'll call it foo3, and we will we'll set this to cat. All right, and here's our little if statement. Then the parentheses is basically calling the expression command, and we're going to evaluate if, do I need to do brackets with this? Grumble. Bothers me when I'm forgetting just kind of some basic things here. You know, now I think I remember. All right, so let me get out of VI, lowercase x, and let's look at man expr again, because I remember there was something with my brackets. All right, that didn't give me what I want. Man bash, and we're going to look at conditional, or just look for conditional. All right, so we have the double brackets, we have single brackets. So I want to think single brackets are what I want. I can't believe I'm forgetting this. I'll probably edit out some of the little scrolling through the man page here. Man eval. You know, I think expr was what I was looking for before. Let's try that real quick. Maybe it's backtick that I need for that. I'm just going to operand. We're getting somewhere. All right, that's curious. Nope. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up. But let me look up evaluate again. Man eval. Of course, these are built-in commands. Eval. Search for that. Single brackets. That's it. So it was the single bracket that is basically an alias for eval. And I'm just curious. Alias. Oh well. So back into our test script. Let's try this again. So we're going to do if foo3, I do dash eq or equals equals. We'll find out. Equals equals cat. Then we're going to, I guess I could indent this with a tab, echo my favorite pet is foo3, and then fi to finish that if statement. So let's see what happens here. All right, my favorite pet is cat. That's what we want. And what we can do, oh, this will be interesting. So let's go back into test script. And what we're going to do is set foo3 to be equal to $1. And let's add a little bit more logic to this here. So else echo my favorite pet is foo3, and then fi to finish that if statement. So we're going to do test script, and we're going to feed it dog. All right, that's what we expect. Cat. Yep. Okay. So what I did with this little test script here, $1 is the first argument that you give to your string or your script. $0 I think is the actual name of the script itself. So I set foo3 to be $1, and then if foo3 equals cat, then we have, it's going to run my favorite pet. And let's see, I guess just to show that it'll be a little bit different, I'm just going to throw some text in there. We're going to feed it something that's not cat. Oops. Did VI there instead of actually running the script. And we see our favorite ASDF pet is that. All right, so that's some if statements. For is something I use a good bit. So let's go back into our test script. I'm going to get rid of our if statement stuff. We're going to do for. So I'm going to do for whatever variable in a, I think you can do space delimited lists, as well as you can configure what delimiters for is going to use. I can't remember that off the top of my head. I'm not sure if I'll necessarily need to know that for the exam, but it's good general bash knowledge. And one thing with that scripting knowledge, and this is a little bit outside the scope of the video, but if you don't use it all the time, then you'll start to lose some stuff. And bash is one of those things for me. I'm in a Windows administration position right now, so I'm not touching bash day in and day out with my job. I do it as much as I can in my lab, but I tend to find my knowledge of bash kind of comes and goes in waves. There's some basic things that I know, but then there's some minutia that I might not touch all the time that escapes me, and that kind of bothers me in this video because it makes me look like I don't know what I'm doing with bash. I do know what I'm doing with bash, but there's just some things that aren't in the front side of my head anymore. But 4 is not one of them. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So these numbers here, we'll start the loop with do. I actually technically started it with 4, but we'll do the commands with do, and we're just going to echo I, and then done. So we'll run our test script, and there's our echoing out of 1, 2, 3, 4. There's some other things you can do. You can do case statements and such, but I think we got the idea of just some basic script things. And I think for RHCE, what they're going to want you to know is, can you set variables? Can you run commands? And can you do some basic logic? So if statements and your for statements and such. There is one other thing with if that I wanted to show. Okay, so let's do test script again. And this is where different tests come in. And so I want man test. That's what I'm thinking of. Test instead of evaluate. Yep. And notice that we have single brackets. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. So if is not doing evaluate, if is doing test, I believe. Yeah, this is what I was wanting to see. So I actually did, let's see, string. I could have done a single equals for string. Yeah, this is coming back to me. And in integers, you do -eq, and then you can do -f for if a regular file exists. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of was test. All right, so vi test script, and we're going to add another if statement here, and we're going to do -f test script, and then echo the test script exists, else. You can also do else if as well, or I think is it else if or elif. Can't remember off the top of my head. Echo I can't find the test script, and done. All right, so let's run our test script. What? Must have a syntax error. Oh, I see what it is. Notice the spaces between the brackets for if. So you have bracket space -f stuff, then space bracket. The space is important, otherwise it will fail. All right, vi, go into append mode. There we go. All right, so let's run this again. It's still complaining. I make a mistake with my no for I in that echo, right? Oh, I did done instead of fi. All right, third time's the charm. It can't find the script. I think I know why it can't find the script. It's because I did just test script instead of test script.sh. So if statement did exactly what we wanted. So the last thing is doing Ansible Ad Hoc Commands within a script. And this is pretty much as easy as it sounds. So let's do ad hoc.sh. I guess this could be a way of doing some of the initial Ansible setup. You can run some ad hoc commands as a script to maybe set up your SSH keys and things like that. But we'll run a couple here. So let's do, actually this would just read our inventory file. So what we can do, what would be a good way of doing this? So I'm going to have foo, and foo is going to cat inventory. We'll do Ansible all-m ping, and then I'll do for I in foo, we'll do Ansible I, because that's should give us a host. No, cat inventory, it's not going to do that because I have my inventory written as the colon. Grumble. Well, we won't worry. Well, I guess we'll do this. We'll just cat foo. But as far as running ad hoc commands in the script, that's literally what it is. You just put in the ad hoc command in the script. So let's run this. I need to make it executable first. And let's run our ad hoc.sh. Yeah, and I can see why we would get the error for cat that, because there's not an actual file or directory. So we have run our little command within a script, and it's really that simple. If you have ad hoc commands, put them in a script. Obviously, the more kind of Ansible way of doing stuff would be doing things in playbooks, but there would be times where you would need to use a script for that. So not too long of a video, and there are some bash things that I need to brush up on before the RHCE. I want to make sure I remember how to do mathematical expressions within a bash script, and I'd have to review the case statement. That's one that escapes me sometimes with the syntax and such. But I think overall I'm pretty well prepared to handle scripting and such on the RHCE exam. I hope you found this video useful for you. If you did, make sure you do click like. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click that subscribe button and ring the bell when you do. And I want to thank returning subscribers for watching another video. Feel free to leave comments as well. I respond as I have both time and ability. Thanks again for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you the next time.